Learn the culture. What up, what up, what up? What's happening? Que lo que miente. Welcome to Love, Purpose, and Passports. Hope all is well. All the passport ready. Passport getting ready. For those of you that don't know, I am Mr. Pro for you. And by my side, my ride or die. If you see us rolling, duck, it's a drive-by. And she's shooting. Miss Pro for you. Hey. So we finally made it back. You know, it's like we always think we coming right back. And then all of a sudden, look, family came through. We hope all you guys enjoyed your holidays. They came through. We were entertained. They had a good time on the island. And now they safely back tucked in the States. We love you. We miss you. So now we love y'all and we miss y'all and we back. Yeah. So today, before we get to the topic, we want to jump right out there and say, look, the last video we did, Define Fit and Feminine, you know, there's some brothers that sent us super chats. And it's like you said, we get speechless when we get super chats because we weren't even monetized then.
Right.
And so the thing about the monetization thing, that video took us over the top. We weren't monetized then when we did that one. This one, we monetized and we could not have done it without y'all.
Right. Thank
you.
You
know, it was like, yeah, for us, it was like, dang, maybe one day it'll happen. And, you know, if they like us and whatever.
Hoping that you like us, like, well, we're just going to be ourselves.
Like, yeah.
They'll like us.
Like, man, this one got 100-something views. This one got 2. Look, it's been a journey. And, you know, we're really thankful. You know, we want to shout out the brother Cordell. You know, he sent us a cash app. We call them all super chats. We're not sophisticated yet.
Yeah, we don't know
this was a
difference.
Cash app. This was a super thank you for all of us. My homies who be rolling with me. He sends the $2 super chat. Brother, thank you. You know what I'm saying? We don't take any of this for granted because, I mean, for us, it's really unreal. You know, we out here doing our thing and, you know, we hoped that you guys would just like us. You know what I'm saying? Right. You guys would like the videos, the content we putting out, that we wouldn't just, you know, fall flat. And they're like, what the hell is this? You know, so, you know, brother, we thank you. I see you rocking it looked like you rock, this brother right here looked like he rocking the OG Peterbilt. The 18, yeah, that's the old 18-wheeler. You know what I'm saying? The old BJ McKay 18-wheeler. BJ McKay had a Kenworth, but this is that Peterbilt. That's OG. That's like the low riders of diesel trucks and 18-wheelers. Brother, you rolling like that.
Okay.
We like that. Yeah, okay. Nah, brother rolling. That Peterbilt get respect. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And the next super chat, brother B Hole. I got love. My homies who be rolling with me. Brother, $30 super chat.
Thank you so much. That's incredible. That's incredible.
Thank you, brother.
We didn't know what to do. We're like, what?
We're still not used to this. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, to finally be in the game and, you know, seeing people that appreciate, you know, the show, the videos. When we started this, you know, we were a little nervous about jumping out here, but it was like, look, let's just be ourselves.
We're still a little nervous.
Yeah. Before the lights come on, look, we got to get hyped, have some pumping and, you know, whatever. But nah, brother, you know, when we get these kind of super chats and see somebody reach out and tell us, you know, I mean, showing us that you support the channel and everything, brother, you know, we still not used to it. And we thank you. You know, we are appreciative. We're glad that, you know, we're happy that, and we are, we just, you know, for us, like I say, we speechless. I'm trying to think of all these adjectives to explain how, you know, what this means to us, because it took us a while to get here. We didn't know if we were going to get here. We didn't know what the heck was going to happen. And to see people receiving us the way they do, and not just, you brothers that support us, with the super chats, but even people that support us with the comments, people that support us with the likes, people that, we've ran into people in the mall like, man, y'all, your videos and
we didn't know what to do. They're like,
at first, like, oh, brother, you're like, nah, I see your videos, like, oh, what's happening, brother? Yeah. It's been, some, and just to show you how unused to super chats we are, nah, Brother Cordell said, great video, love y'all.
Aww.
Brother, we love you too. We love the support. We love you checking us out and everybody else, brother, because this is, like I said, this has been a journey for us and we just new to this. But as we were saying, the last video, we weren't monetized yet. That last video, it took us over the top.
Yeah.
We didn't know. We always thinking, well, we'll get there one day. But that last video took us over the top. So we are officially monetized.
You know what I really enjoy? I enjoy reading the comments. The comment section feels like family. And it's like, it's the same people commenting. So it's like we know them already.
Yeah. We look at all the comments and we discuss them. Yeah. So it's like, if nobody else liked them, at least we know we liked it. You know what I'm saying? And we give it, we giving y'all what we got. This YouTube thing has been a learning process for us, and we learning, how to just get up here and just give it. But again, we thank you guys. We thank you two brothers that shot us the super chats. Brother, you don't know, it means so much to us. We still trying to figure out really how to express it like that, because you just really don't know, when people reach out to you like that, what it feels like. And to think that, we're giving something that is appreciated by other people, all we can do is, thank God for that. And, hope that, we can continue to give you the best of what we have to offer in this YouTube thing and in our love, purpose, and passports, and all our adventures and even our insights on topics. So thank you.
There's this song that he always plays, and the song says, let's get right. And then the beat goes after that. So I like the merp part.
She does. So let's get right.
That's all I know of the whole song, the merp. So it's the merp song.
So yeah. So as we get on toward the topic, another thing is, we want to remind you, we do offer consultations. A lot of you brothers have supported us on the consultations, and we want to thank you for that as well. That's been a beautiful journey as well, because, we give what we have to give on that, the information that we have to give. If you're moving here, or, you're coming here to take care of business, or, you just coming here to really enjoy yourself to the max, the consultations have been a great thing. And, a lot of you brothers have really, gave us the feedback that what we're doing is actually, providing like some positive input for you, and your stay here. And also something that we haven't talked about, that, some brothers have taken advantage of is we also offer, we can't call it consultation, but it's more like relationship coaching, long distance relationship coaching. That's a thing that is our area of expertise. And, if you're coming out here and you don't already live here, you're going to have to deal with a long distance relationship, at least for a little while. There's not many places you can go to really get any support for long distance relationships.
We didn't have any.
No, we didn't have any. If you have any problems with your relationship, your long distance relationship, you need answers, you need support, you need some encouragement. We're here for that. Also, interpreting. There are times that if your significant other doesn't speak English as well as she will in the future, or you don't speak Spanish as well as you will in the future, we're here. As far as our interpreting services, professional, discreet, and efficient. You won't have to worry about anything getting out there. This is the service. And I know that a lot of you out there, you'll need it, because there's going to come a time that, you really want to express something to her, you really want to tell her, really want to get an understanding. And the language barrier, the barrier is not as wide or high as it would be without the service, until you're able to speak the language as well, or she's able to speak the language as well. So all that to say, we're here for you. Shoot us an email, contact us, and we can give you the information on how to make that happen. And I
was just saying the consultations are so much fun. So we get into consultations, and not only do we provide you with the information that you ask us for, and some extra things that you might not know to ask for. Everyone always enjoys themselves, and at the end of the consultation, they feel really good, and they'll get like a printable like a
PDF,
like a document of everything that we went over with specific links and websites and where to go, and we'll walk them through how to research whatever they need to research or whatever we found, where we got the source from, and everybody feels like real content because it's a lot of information. So we kind of make sure that everything is in a format that's easy for you to read, where you can just go back and click on it, and you could it's great, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we have fun. I mean, we're having fun because it's just like we enjoy doing the videos. Yeah. We enjoy interacting with you. And so it's an enjoyable experience, but we do give you we do give you all the information you're looking for, plus more. And, again, we put our heart and soul into it. We're not doing this just for entertainment. I mean, I might clown, she might clown, we might laugh a lot, but that's because we're not in this. A lot of people are in this for a lot of negative energy.
Yeah.
We want to provide you positive energy because, when you're in the space you want to be in and and you have what you're looking for, you should be positive. You should be able to laugh. You know what I'm saying? Things should be better. Exactly.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
So, a lot of people say, they're surprised, like, man, you guys are just like you on the video. I mean, well, thank you. This is us. But really, we're here for you. It's not just watching our videos with the super chats. We are here for you. Just got to reach out to us, and we give you what we got, and it will be what you're looking for. So again, in all humility and appreciation, we thank you guys for supporting us in every single way, whether it's super chats, whether it's consultations, whether it's coaching, whether it's comments, whether it's likes, or just views. Thank you. Let's get to the video. I think we took too long. I was trying to hurry up, but we just get so touched by the way you guys.
We're so appreciative.
I think we was too appreciative. People about to stop watching. Thank you guys. Now to the topic, DR culture. And how we got here with this is there's a brother. Let's see what the brother's name was. Mr. Terriel. He said, please. Okay. He said, please give us the best way to learn the culture. But that was in the context of, I did a video where I was saying, learn the culture. Learn the culture. Learn the culture. And so, I talked about the importance of learning the culture and about the understanding of learning the culture. And the brother said in the comment section, how basically, how do we learn more about the culture? So that's how this video came about. This topic came about.
Good question.
Thank you, brother, for letting us know what you were looking for.
Thank you.
I said I would get back to it. Here we are with this video. And this is what you were asking about. So here's the thing about learning the culture. Learning the culture is not just something that happens overnight. Besides being here and kind of jumping out there, it kind of requires you got to kind of grow mentally. We not being from here, we kind of jump out here, and before we start really, there's phases kind of like we go through a little bit before we really start learning the culture. At first we just kind of observing and whatever, but one of the things about learn the culture is we have to get out of a phase of they're doing this right and they're doing this wrong phase. You know what I'm saying? Because we're used to how it is where we come from. And so you get somewhere and all of a sudden you're talking about what they're doing is right and what they're doing is wrong. But the thing is, we come from an arrogant culture.
Oh.
We do. You know what I'm saying? And so, yo soy americano. And that's how we approach places. We get places and we tend to walk around like sometimes like we in a zoo. And we looking around at how all of these things are happening. And I'm not saying the zoo in the most offensive way. I'm just talking about we walk around looking at the people in whatever country we're in as if they're the foreigners. We're in their country. We're looking at them like they're the foreigners, and we're not.
Right. And
looking at them and how they do things, and we're judging it as opposed to learning it. So that's a thing that we don't necessarily do it on purpose, but we're known for doing that around the world, right? A lot of places know Americans get there and they start looking around and, talking and looking at people. When a person doesn't, you in another person's country, and when they don't understand you, you talk louder.
Right.
It might be a natural instinct to do that, but at some point you got to realize that, I'm the one that doesn't understand the language. You know what I'm saying? Why am I talking louder? Like they're going to understand, and maybe like they should understand because I said something louder. Maybe they need to be saying something louder. That's like, I don't understand. But that's the thing about, the beginning of learning the culture and beginning to, it's a mindset that begins to change once you start getting out of that they're doing this right or doing this wrong phase. Things are developing here, and a lot of times the way we judge it is it'll get on our nerves first. And then we'll say, the hell is this? For example, the electricity goes out. What the hell is this? When you're in the hotels chilling in the tourist zone, they got that extra power jumping off. You know what I'm saying? That's that Zeus power, the gods coming through. But once you get to the areas that are the real DR areas.
The regular areas.
Yeah, the regular areas outside tourist areas, you're going to have to deal with the power turn off. And when I first got here, the power, like I'm doing something like, what the hell? And I'm sitting there, now I'm hot. You know what I'm saying? Sweating and yeah, I'm hot temperature because the AC done turned off now. And, we've run across some situations where the electricity is off for an extended period of time, and it'll be for different reasons, whatever. But when you first get here, it's like, what the hell is this? But when you start understanding, look, this is part of the culture. It goes off. Anybody that lives in, I don't know where else, but in Cali, they have something called rolling blackouts. So you can't get brand new in Cali, the California Republic. I told her she thought she was the only one that was from a republic, Republica California, this is Republica DR. Yeah, they have rolling blackouts.
He
and
wanted to
goes
compare out. His adorable American blackouts to Dominican blackouts. I said, okay, that's cute.
Yeah, because
that's cute.
Yeah, all the blackouts are there. It black out. You done missed the game. The game is on. You still mad, but you ain't hot. You ain't sitting there sweating. You know what I'm saying? And like, when is this? What the whatever. But their grid is not the same.
Yeah.
It goes out. Sometimes it goes out to take pressure off the grid or certain areas.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever. Some areas it's controlled. Then sometimes there might be a storm where it's not controlled. We had a situation over here where it was an accident that happened and knocked down some poles.
Oh, that was terrible.
A diesel truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a journey. One day we're going to talk about that situation that happened, but we were glad we made it home safely, and the electricity was out everywhere, but it was a situation.
For days.
Yeah. But now I don't be as mad now, I just be chilling a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Sit back. I don't get that,
He puts on a tank top and boxers and relaxes.
Yeah, I kind of chill now. Like, it'll be back. You know what I'm saying? It'll be back on in a minute. So
we spent quality time.
We spent quality time talking about some things we've been waiting to talk about for a while and all that. Yeah, we've evolved.
We do.
I've evolved, So we do this, and it's that's the thing about. That's why I say about learning the culture is more like mental growth. It takes growth because you start understanding that. Look, stop comparing to where you come from because it's not the same. This is not where you come from.
People go through phases when they're learning cultures. First, like when they get to a new culture, everything is like, wow, this is incredible. This tastes so good. I can't believe this. And they go through like this wow phase. And then like slowly it becomes oh, this is how you do that? Oh, that's how you, and now you're a little more curious and you begin to process stuff. And then you go into like a phase where you're like, well, they don't do this at home. And how come this happens here? And it becomes like a little bit uncomfortable for you.
What?
But then when you finally get over that, you're like, well, this is how things are done. And you begin to accept it. And that's why you like and appreciate the culture.
It takes humility to do that.
He's gone through the phase.
Yeah, I chill. It's still, I'm not in the promised land yet with it mentally, but I'm just saying, back then it was like, and now I'm grumbling and cussing and mad the whole way until electricity comes back on or something like that. What the hell is this? I was doing something, but we was chilling. It's hot. What the hell is this? I get it now. You know what I'm saying? You're used to it. It comes through. It happens. And that's why I said, you're not here and held for ransom. You're here because you want to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, if you get to the point where you understand that you venturing out of the tourist zone, you're out of the Americano zone. Once you get up out of that, then you really will begin to, appreciate being here and really understand how things are done here, and you get used to it. And, just like where you come from, you don't like everything where you come from. There's a lot of things that you really hate where you come from, but you got used to it. So that's more of a thing where, you take the time to understand that you just get used to it. You know what I'm saying? Take the good for the good and take the bad. And if everybody else is enjoying it, you know what I'm saying?
That's how you start appreciating a culture and learning a culture.
Look at the video that we did that I had posted about the floods and everything. And, the Americano wanted to move because this is crazy. I ain't come here for this. And then a few hours later, the young homies was doing flips off the roof into the water and all that. Look,
we've learned to accept things.
It's going to flood, but it will dry up and be gone. Enjoy it while it's flooding. Do your best. Enjoy it. Do what you can. Don't get caught out in it.
No.
But if you do and you make it home, then don't be mad no more. It's going to go. This is what happens. But that's the first one. And, I just want to talk about that as far as mentally, because the mental thing is a big thing as far as learning the culture. You go through your mental phases first. And, as far as answering the brother's question, it's a process. It's a process. You got to be here. You read what you can read, learn what you can learn, listen to the music, learn the language, and start looking at how people do things and get out of the, as long as you're not in the judging phase, you'll begin to learn and begin to kick it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's what I was going to do. Let's get to the topic. So beautiful lady of mine, what's the first topic?
So, we want to get into talking about differences in the culture and some things that you're going to find here in the DR that maybe you don't find in the United States.
Yeah, or it might be a little bit different. Whether it's the States, whether it's Europe, wherever you are, we just talking about DR culture and we just talking about how they do things here. We just want to give you
a little idea of some of the cool things that we have here. So in the United States, you celebrate Christmas on December 25th. We do not celebrate December 25th. We celebrate December 24th, which is called Noche Buena. It's a part of a Catholic religious tradition where we don't celebrate the 25th, but we actually start the celebration on the 24th. We do a lot of things on the 24th, right? Like people will go to church and they'll spend all night at church praising the Lord and the coming of Jesus up until the 25th. Mm-hmm. And we have some really cool dinners. But you guys have Christmas dinners in the United States too, right?
We do. Here's the thing about Noche Buena.
Yeah.
Noche Buena, fellas. And don't when you understand about Noche Buena, you do not say Feliz Noche Buena. Right?
No.
I asked that.
You still say Feliz Navidad.
Asked that because I was about to ready to tell the fellas Feliz Noche Buena.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's still Feliz Navidad.
No, it's still Feliz Navidad.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about it, right? So in real time, Christmas is always coming. After it passes, it's coming around the next year. You know what I'm saying? Feliz Navidad. But here's what's crazy. We celebrate Thanksgiving. I mean, we not celebrating Christopher Columbus, but we celebrate Thanksgiving. It's like maybe a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, a week and a half before Thanksgiving. And somebody talking about, when we gonna get our Christmas tree? I'm like, what? We ain't even at Thanksgiving yet. You know what I'm saying? We need some turkey and drinks. You know what I'm saying? You know how that go look. Everybody knows. We wait for that Thursday and that Friday off. You know what I'm saying? And that's those days, whether you on or off already, we wait for those days. And she was waiting for Christmas lights and Christmas stuff. And I'm let us go through this first. And then let's talk about that. I can't hear you right now.
I feel personally attacked right now. Okay. We celebrate, or we start getting ready for and celebrating Noche Buena in the beginning of December, middle of September, October, middle of November.
I'm about to say, beginning of December. This was still Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Everybody always has in November. Their Christmas lights are up. I already start planning what I'm going to cook for December in November. I'm like, okay, I'm going to make this and I'm going to make that and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And I already have it like mentally prepared. Yeah, well, everybody does that. That's what we do.
I'm sitting there waiting on Thanksgiving to get here because, look, y'all know how we do it. You know what I'm saying? We just wait for the day. Christmas Columbus did what he did, whatever. But
turkey.
Wait for those days. She talking about, when we get Christmas lights and Christmas things, Christmas tree.
Yay. Do you want to know about some of the foods that we have here that we eat for Noche Buena?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
we would like to know about that.
So,
I just had some, but we're going to talk about it. I'm still full. We've been trying to recuperate from being full. Oh, my God,
we're so full.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wrote down some stuff so I wouldn't forget. But Noche Buena has a lot of traditional things. So we make pernil, which is like a roast pork. It's so cool. The 24th and maybe the 23rd, you'll see all along the streets people selling they'll have like a whole pork on like a, how do you say stick? Like a
I don't know if it's called on a spit or if it's roasting it, but anyway, they're roasting that pork.
They have that, and then like people will go and they'll buy it from the street. It's everywhere. The whole city smells like yummy, delicious food. So then they'll have roast pork. They can have moro de guandules, which is like
no offense to the non-porkers. Don't y'all can keep watching. We ain't gonna cook none of it on your skillets or nothing like that. So just
non-porkers. Okay, so and then we'll have rice and what was I saying? Guandules. So those are like rice and I think they're called pigeon peas. That's like the little green ones. He won't eat them. So
no, they're not called pigeon peas. You're talking about?
They're like the little green beans.
I forgot what they call, but they're not
right. We'll find that out. We'll put it in the comment section. And then we'll have like arroz navideño. You like that one? That's the rice that has like it has bacon in it and it has puero in it and it'll have tiny pieces of sweet plátanos in it.
Oh yeah,
you like that rice? One.
That arroz was good.
Yeah, so we do that, and then we'll have an ensalada ruso. So it's translated as Russian salad, but it's really potato salad, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It's translated
Russian.
Like well, because y'all more friends. Y'all more friendly with Russian than we are, so that's why we don't have. Yeah,
I didn't know. He won't eat it either because it has carrots. So and we do pastel en hoja, which I love.
Pastel en hoja.
That's like a Dominican tamale, but it's not with corn. It's with plátanos, and it's wrapped up in like plátano leaves. It's delicious.
Exactly like tamales, but Dominican style.
Right, and then there's a really good alcoholic drink. It's called ponche. It's kind of like American eggnog, but not not really.
Ponche got a little ponche. It is similar to eggnog, you know. Yeah, because
I've never had American eggnog, but I heard
there's non-alcoholic eggnog, but then there's eggnog. You know what I'm saying? Get that nog right. You know what I'm saying? That it has some alcohol in it. So ponche is alcoholic, and
it's so good.
It is good.
The other day, I went to go pick up one of our packages in a courier service, and Santa and Rudolph were passing by in the drive-thru, and they were passing by and they were giving people shots of ponche. It was so cool. Santa passed by like 3 times. By the 3rd time, he just gave me another shot. I was like, Santa! He was like, hey! So it was a great time.
Culture,
so everybody
fellas.
gives out ponche.
Yeah. Culture. You send your wife to the grocery store to pick up a package. She come back tipsy.
Yep.
Like, what the hell is going on?
It was awesome.
Show you videos. Oh yeah, they were handing out sipsy and a drink of ponche. And I was at the grocery store. And they was handing out this. Everybody was
Best
alive.
time online ever. So
that's how they do it here. Culture. They give it out. They hand out those sips. Those are some of the fun
things that we do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful lady mine. The next one is, what is the next one, beautiful lady mine?
Time.
Yes.
So let me explain that. We live on an island. So everything here moves really slow. We're so relaxed. We take things calm, you know. And we're kind of late to a lot of things, you know. So
it ain't late to them.
Right. But to an American, it might be a little bit confusing. We have a saying called hora americana, which means like American time. So if someone says to you, the meeting starts at 7:00, hora americana, that means 7:00 on the dot, because we believe that Americans are like, you know, super punctual, super by the book and on time and stuff like that. Not us. If you start work at 8:00, you get to work at 8:00. You have a little drink of coffee. You talk to your friends about how their day was yesterday. You run around. You make sure everything is good. You brush your teeth. You may have a little bit of breakfast, and then you sit down on your computer and you start working.
Damn.
So, and that could be really frustrating to an American that's trying to start a business here in the DR. You know, I would recommend, if you need your employees to start work at 9:00, tell them to punch in at 8:30.
8:30, yeah. They need to, you know, get it out of their system and get ready to work hard. Work hard. They get started. They got their rituals they need to go
Hora americana.
But here's the funny thing. Look, let's not act like we don't have our time. You know
what is our time?
You know, melanated time.
What?
I want to offend nobody. I want to say, you know, I'm getting better at this. Let's just call it melanated time.
Okay.
You know, when we get ready to have an event, what do we say? Look, this starts at 9:00, 9 p.m., not melanated time, which is 11:30. No, be there at 9. Don't show up on melanated time.
So we have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we got a lot of things in common. Y'all, you don't know. When you get here, you will find out like these is
huh?
You know, look, you don't know what's going on until you get here. All this here, what people say, and all this people saying all this crazy stuff. It's like, you know, I stopped trying to argue with people with how it really is and how they really are, because most of the time when you hear people talking this stuff and this negative stuff, it's like they're talking about what they heard, or they're leaving out the part that you just a jerk. You know what I'm saying? You just, you know, an unpleasant person, and some of the things you're going through is because you're an unpleasant person, not because of your complexion, you know, or not because of your hue. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'll end up arguing with somebody like, look, I'm a little bit on the lower side of the hue, and I don't have no problems. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not in the house with it.
Lower side of the hue. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I ain't, you know, el-skinned. You know what I'm saying? I'm de-skinned it. Well, at least in the States I am. You guys out of the States, this thing right here, I'm kind of, y'all, not as dark as the States said I was. But anyway, that's how it goes. But, you know, you end up, it's, you know, there's so many things there's so many similarities, you know what I'm saying, in the culture that you really, once you start taking in the culture, you'll be like, man, they do the same thing make me mad as how people do that make me mad. But it's the same thing that's cool. Look, you know what I'm saying? We chill. You know what I'm saying? They like to chill. They like to play music, like to play dominoes, play cards, you know what I'm saying? All the stuff
just
that
lay back.
Chill, you know what I'm saying? But you know, that's how it is, and you're gonna enjoy yourself. So, beautiful lady of mine, let me think. There has some, that's what I wanted to talk about as far as time goes. What's the next one, beautiful lady?
So something that you might find culturally interesting is that in the US, you have grocery stores. We have something called Colados. Now, the difference between a grocery store in the US and a colmado in the DR is that in a colmado, you can, you know, walk over and buy like some groceries or something. And while the person, the colmadero, that's actually what they're called, is bagging up your stuff, you can say, well, let me have a beer while I wait. And you could just kind of sit there and enjoy some of the music and have like a beer while he's, you know, getting your things together and enjoy a little bit of music and talk to everyone that's there and then go. And then like if the colmado happens to have really loud music or like chairs or a table, it's now a colmadón. Right?
A colmadón.
No, it's a big colmado.
The Don of Colmados.
Yes. The Don of Colmados. Colmadón. Yes. Beautifully put, mi amor. Good job, mi amor.
And so
you could go there and you could drink and you could dance and you could get your groceries.
Yeah, you know, or if, you know, you may not need any groceries yet, ain't no need to miss out on the dancing and sipping. You know, you get there and it's on, the music is right, you know what I'm saying? Here, like I say, they're not shy with the volume of the music, you know what I'm saying? They like to feel it, you know what I'm saying? So you get there.
Oh, I see something cool about colmados is the majority of them do delivery. So like if you need anything, you can kind of give them a call or WhatsApp them and say, hey, I need this and this and this and this, which would be easy for people that might have difficulty, you know, with Spanish. They could just kind of translate it and send it to them through WhatsApp. And then the delivery person will come over in their little moto and like drop it off. That happens.
That's what the little homies, that's what we do here. You know, we call the young homies. I mean, well, we don't call them, they're sending them, but we, you know, we just text WhatsApp to the Colmado, let them know what we need, and they send it, you know, and they get here. And that's one thing that's been going on here for a long time, even before, like we have Grubhub and all that out there. Here, they've been doing deliveries, you know what I'm saying? They jump on the moto and just send it.
Yeah, the moto drivers know us. When we're asking for a delivery and we say we need a Brugal and we need X amount of 911s, which is an energy drink, they're like, oh, this apartment? We're like, yeah. Yeah, they know us.
Get situated, so, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's the thing about the Colmados, you know, and some of the Colmados, I mean, they bang that music. It is on, it's a party.
Yeah.
They ain't lacking in the party. That's why, look, if you move here, look and see what type of, because every area has a Colmado. You gotta look and see what type it is. Is it a Colmado?
Oh, yeah.
Colmadón? You don't want the Don of the Colmados to be living right across the street from that thing, because it's gonna be on. You know what I'm saying?
Loud.
Make sure the music is, you know, because you can't get mad. They were already doing it. That's how they do it. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing that before you got there. So that is something that you do need to be aware of sometime. Right. I see in the expat group sometimes it'd be somebody that wasn't aware of that before they moved their party. They keep playing this music at 2 in the morning. It's just so loud, and the woofers and speakers, and it's just crazy. Why do they do that? Look, and then And then, sometimes it's some, Karens and Kens. And they decide they might want to walk across the street and speak to them about it.
Oh.
How
does that go? Does it go well for them?
Ends up being a post in the group, about like, these people. How they always go to that, you know what I'm saying? But no, that's what we're talking about right now, about learning the culture and understanding. There's some places you have to look for certain things when you move there. You don't just look at the price and say, oh, this is so cute, you know what I'm saying? And then jump in there. Let's see what's going on. The things you need to look for, and that everybody else, there are people that were living there before you and they enjoy it and they home sweet home, right. And they do that. Right. So that's one of the things. But those Colados, they jump off and it's on, and you can have like I say, some of them, you don't have to go get your groceries. See, their Colados are equivalent to, in New York, bodegas. But bodegas ain't got no chairs and, no music player where you can sit there and, you can sit there in bodega while you sitting there. And then you may decide to get some groceries and some toilet paper before you leave and go on and wobble home. Here, nah, you got choices, Yeah, you got choices. You don't have to go to the club. You don't have to do that. You just go and chill and enjoy yourself. There's going to be other people enjoying themselves with you. And the same thing on the West Coast is call it liquor stores. Liquor stores on the West Coast don't just sell liquor. They sell, they sell light groceries and all that stuff. You can get, toilet paper, Doritos, you know what I'm saying?
Toilet
get
paper,
whatever
Doritos.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And get your brew, get some drink, get whatever type of liquor you want. That's how they do it there. That's equivalent to the Colados here.
Right.
So, except there's no chairs. You know what I'm saying? To go to crack that thing right there and start sipping. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
talks.
That's how they do it here. They chill, they relax, you know what I'm saying? And in case, you know what I'm saying, you forgot to get you a drink right there, stop at Burger King, go through the drive-thru, you know what I'm saying? Get your combo and get you a beer there too.
Taco Bell has combos that you can change a soda. I was going to say a Pepsi. I meant a soda for like a beer. So sometimes beers will come in combos, and they have lunch specials. So you can change your soda for an adult soda.
How a saying goes in the States is happy hour somewhere. You can always find an hour to get happy here. So here we go. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep this thing going. What's the next one?
So the next cultural thing that you might find interesting is meals. And not just the food, but how we eat the food. So let me explain, right? In the US, it'll be breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then dinner will be like the heavy, the big meal, right? Mm-hmm. We eat our bigger meals at lunchtime. So so we have like our bigger meals at lunchtime. And it's funny, we have a friend who married a Dominican woman. And I remember one time he was complaining. He says, she just makes all this food and she gets, all into everything at lunchtime and it's great. And then for dinner, she just like, I don't know, she puts something together fast.
Dinner,
Why does she do that? It's dinner time. I go, oh, that's because we eat dinner at lunch and lunch at dinner. And he's like, you do? Like, yeah, the meals they're switched over a little bit.
Thought she was tripping.
Yeah, he didn't understand that. And then when I told him that, he was like, oh, that's actually pretty healthy. I'm like, yeah, I guess it's pretty cool. So you might be shocked to find that out, because sometimes people around lunchtime, they just want like something light. And then when they see the menu, they're like, rice for lunch? And they don't understand that. So we typically eat something called la bandera. La bandera translated means like the flag, or like the Dominican flag. And that's just like a saying that talks about the typical foods that we eat. Generally, it'll be like rice and beans, some type of meat, maybe a salad, right? And then like maybe a little fruit.
La bandera literally translates the flag.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Like, I thought, like, is there a breakfast la bandera? Because I thought when I first got here, I started seeing la bandera, and it was like the fried eggs and
so we have breakfast foods that are like typical too, right? It'll be like
called la bandera?
mango, I don't think it's called La Bandera. La Bandera is normally for like lunch, right?
Okay.
But we'll have the typical, it'll be like mangú, maybe salami or salchichon. And then it'll be like eggs, and it could be like a fried egg or scrambled egg or whatever. And then we'll have maybe a little bit of cebollita, and then like fried cheese. Those are all common, little onions. Yeah. And that's all like really common.
That's Spanish, right? The Espanol. You know what I'm saying? I got to translate for y'all every once in a while.
That's common breakfast food here. So I guess our breakfast is kind of heavy too. Right?
Yeah. You know, and it, like I said, you know, we're not used to that. We're used to sitting down at dinner being the big meal, but it's actually healthier because you're going to do your big meal at lunch and breakfast, and you have the rest of the day to kind of walk it off and do what you're doing.
Walk it off.
Yeah, and not just, you know, sleep it off and it ain't, you know, sleep it on. You know what I'm saying? It's going to go. So, you know, that's a healthy thing. But unless you know, you'll be wondering, you know, certain things or whatever, because, you know, I'm like, where's dinner? You know, we need dinner. But now I understand. And, you know, it's kind of better to, you know, have a lighter meal at dinner time anyway, like I said, but that's just the American way. And what does the States have a problem with? The old word. You know what the old word is? Not the old phase. You know what the old phase is, right?
Oh, God, yes.
Oh.
That's what the old phase means.
But the old word, you know, the obesity problem. You know, there's a lot of things that are done that you wouldn't think that in another country is not as bad for a lot of the little things. You know what I'm saying? And eating your larger meal at breakfast and lunch, it works.
Our food tends to be very flavorful. We tend to put a lot of spices in it. Not hot spicy, but spices that are real flavorful. And one thing that Americans, they kind of need to look out for, that I noticed that a lot of them say the same thing. They get here and the food is so good and they try so many things and they try so many different flavors and they try so many different spices that it maybe gives them little, I guess, tummy aches. So sometimes they complain and say...
It does. It gives you it gives a look. And I brought that up for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to, you know, talk about a little personal situation myself.
Oh my
you know,
God.
that, you know, it wasn't no, look at the spices, you know, she's so feminine and talking about, you know, like the spices may give you a little tummy. Fellas, there's some other things you need to be concerned about that, you know, is not the spices. You know what I'm saying? Some things may occur, you know what I'm saying, along the way. And it's nothing, you know, it's not really anything that, it's a rite of passage. We'll call it that. So I'm gonna tell you about my situation, right? So we riding, you know what I'm saying? And we going, and I think we were mall hopping, you know what I'm saying? And I believe that we went to Plaza Central. And the reason I think it was Plaza Central, because at that time we were looking at spaces, you know, like empty spaces and seeing the price of certain spaces and, you know, to rent a space in the mall or whatever.
Yeah.
Actually very, you know, very affordable. And so we were looking at that, and on our way there, I'm like, man, I think I need to use the bathroom a little bit. You know what I'm saying? From the last mall. We riding.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
I think I need to use the bathroom, you know what I'm saying, a little bit. But I'm like, okay, I think I could just wait, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So we walking, she don't know, I'm just like, I'm cool, you know what I'm saying, wait till we get home. And then we walking, I'm like,
we're in the mall.
I think, yeah, we walking around the mall, but before we get there, because we were hopping around malls, I'm like, I think I need bus. I can wait till we get there. We go in and we walk, and I said, beautifully, I think I need to find the bathroom now. You know what I'm saying? When I put the now on it, it's like,
it's
okay, yeah,
business.
Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So she shows me the bathroom, and you got to remember, like, this was years ago, so she didn't really understand it was serious business yet. You know what I'm saying? At that time, now was just a word. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like one of my, you know what I'm saying, one of my words. I mean, I order, you know what I'm saying, like now, but it wasn't even like that yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what? I can't wait till I get home. Let me just go on and, you know, head over here. We went to the restroom and we went over there. So I go in, right? So I go in casual, you know what I'm saying? But it's a little bit past, let's say it's past casual. It's like, okay, I'm glad I'm here because I really need to be here instead of trying to go home. And so I opened the first stall, and when I opened the first stall, you know, it wasn't no rim on the tire. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no seat. You know, it wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? That thing, you know, it wasn't no seat. It wasn't no tire on the rim. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Cool. Let me go to the next one. I looked at the next one, and it wasn't no toilet paper, right? So then at this time, I'm like, my stomach started like, so you just gonna keep on, you know what I'm saying? My stomach talking to me now. So I went to the third one, and the third one looked like it wasn't better than the first one. You know what I'm saying? So I go back, right? By the time I go back in the first one now, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you know, it just jumped off inside. It jumped off, right?
Oh my God.
So now I'm like, I need to, you know, I'm maintaining my composure though, but I'm starting to tense up. So now I gotta wipe the rim off, you know what I'm saying? And now after I wipe the rim off, I'm not just gonna plop down. I gotta lay it out. But now my stomach done went to DEFCON 2. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and so now I'm trying to lay the paper down on there, you know what I'm saying? And then it just jumps to death, and the paper fell off in the toilet. I'm like, ah! And so I'm putting it now, and look, mind you, you ain't supposed to put paper in the toilet here like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what type of situation. You're not in the tourist zone. You're not really supposed to put toilet, but it fell off in there. I'm not about to, so I put it down on there again. And now at this time, now I'm moving like a robot. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I got the toilet paper on there, and I stood up, and now I'm wrestling with my belt and everything. And at this time, once my pants broke free, I kind of imagine a trap door and an explosion. You know what I'm saying? I just fell up, you know, kind of fell back on there, and it just, you know, what the hell is going on? I don't know, but I'm involved in it. I'm innocent, you know, I'm just here. And now, cool, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Now the first wave is over. The first wave is over. I'm there, I'm kind of safe and sound a little bit, but I go to flush the toilet, and it flushed, but it didn't flush, you know what I'm saying? And the situation is not over yet. You know, so let's cut past some of the, you know, because now we in there in a swamp. You know what I'm saying? But here's the situation. The main attack is over. I done made it, whatever. All of a sudden I started hearing a lot of people speaking Spanish in there, and the toilet won't flush, and there's paper in there, and it's just like, you know, it's a horror story. Here, this is what you gonna know. Here's where the culture part come in. It be ladies in the bathroom cleaning up while we in there in the men's bathroom. Doñas. So, no, they don't be doñas. They be senoritas, you know what I'm saying? And all that in there. There wasn't no doñas in there. I wouldn't have been worried of no doña. It be I never seen a doña in there. It be senoritas in there. You know what I'm saying? So it's just more, I don't know if a movie let out, but it's a bunch of Dominicanos in there. They speaking Spanish. You know what I'm saying? The toilet won't flush. It's paper in there. And I'm looking through the crack in the door. Looking at the sink from here to there. I'm like, I don't know if I could make it to the sink without somebody seeing what I did in here. You know what I'm saying? If that lady come and see this, she gonna start speaking Spanish, and she gonna tell all them, that's a Americano. He messed up this beat, think I'm finna clean it, and this is about to be an international incident. So I'm looking through the thing, you know, waiting till I can find a space to just come up out of there real quick. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, because it's just a million people in there all of a sudden, plus the ladies. Man, I dashed, finally saw a break and dashed to the sink, washed my hands right quick, and took off out of there, hooked my arm around hers. Let's go, beautiful lady. Let's.
Yeah,
and we walked in, what's wrong? Like, I almost caused an international incident in there and told her what happened. Mind you, I was jacked up the rest of the night, but I didn't have to fight. No, I just could think, like, they're going to say something. They're going to say, this Americano come up in here and disrespect our country like this. He know he's supposed to, and I'm supposed to clean this up.
We left the mall at that point.
Oh, yeah, we left. I'm like, no, we got to go. We got to go.
We left.
Yeah. So, fellas, all that's to say is, it's not if, it's when. I've been coming here for years and years. I got over a decade in. But At first, I used to be talking like, yeah, I remember homies having stomach problems. Me, I ain't had nothing, you know what I'm saying? I ordered this. It will hit you when you least expect it. Your Spanish lesson of the day, ¿Dónde está el baño?
Oh.
¿Dónde está? Fellas, this is like an emergency Spanish phrase that you need. ¿Dónde está el baño? Or if it get real serious, you know, and I'm not asking her how to say it, necesito el baño. And let her see it in your eyes, and they'll tell you how to get there quick, because you do not want to get caught slipping and not know how to
see it in your eyes.
Yeah. You don't want to get caught slipping with this, because this is something that's beyond just, oh, I just need to. You think it's cool. You don't know when. It's not a matter of when. It's of if. It's a matter of when. So it's a rite of passage. In the West Coast, we call it getting put on. You know what I'm saying? You getting put on. You know, you've been there. It's this little war about the Dominicans about to jump you in your stomach.
All the spices.
Yeah, the spice, they about to jump you. The Dominicans about to jump your American spices, and they gonna win. You understand? And so I'm just telling you, get ready for it. That's only happened one time for me. That happened that time. I handled my business. You know what I'm saying? What they say now, I stood on business. You know, I was struggling a little bit, but I did what I do and came up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Look at, whatever. Fellas, ¿Dónde está el baño?
Ahora.
So, we moving and grooving. We getting through this. What's next, beautiful lady of mine?
So something else that people find interesting about the culture is the amount of like street vendors and just informal businesses that they'll find. It's very, very common for you to see along the sides of like the sidewalks or whatever, or even walking around in the streets when you're like in a traffic jam, people selling fruits and vegetables, flowers, car parts, like
everything. Windshield wipers, everything.
And it's completely normal to buy stuff from people in the street. That happens all the time. It's not like looked at as something unusual, you know? And it's also completely normal to find someone that'll have like their home, but in their home, they might have like a salon, you know, or like in their home, they might have like, I don't know, a little cafeteria or something where they make a little extra money off of. And people will live like that their whole lives and never have like a formal job. They'll always just kind of like work from their house doing whatever they can to make money. And that's completely normal here. It's not seen strange at all. Yeah. You know?
They do a lot of things. Like a lot of the street vendor things happen right in the middle of the street. You know, I mean, lane to lane, you in bumper to bumper traffic. Their goods, what they had to sell, they coming, through the lanes, right there. You know what I mean? And part of the vendor is the services and the window washing services. You'll find out when you get here. You start driving through the Capitol, or you run up on certain blocks, and the window washers right up there. Yeah, especially you get to know what they're doing. Look, they come up and wash that window. You got to tell them. Right? And sometimes they don't listen. Depending on if you male or female, depends on how aggressive they are. Sometimes, would you tell me? Sometimes they
never pay any attention
windshield.
To me. Yeah, some of them are serious. Sometimes I'll drive and then they'll try to like wipe my windshield and I'll say no, and then they'll take the windshield wiper and they'll lift it up. Yeah, and then it'll be like standing.
They'll pull it up because she didn't get the service from. Now, I didn't notice at first. She told me ever since I've been here, when I'm riding with it, they don't do that.
Yeah, I'm like, I've never had that experience with you. I wonder why.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen to him.
No, but what will happen, and fellas, if you hear driving and you run across the windshield wipers remind me of what I heard about the water boys in Atlanta. They said when they selling that water, they get kind of aggressive sometimes. Here, they can get kind of aggressive. They're not getting aggressive like, oh, you better, you know what I'm saying, with me or with a man. They get a little aggressive with the women sometimes. But here's what you need to know. Because I made them all mad when I first got here, because I tell them once, and if they keep washing that window, then I drive off. You know what I'm saying? They're like, she said, no, when they do it, if you don't want them to do it and they keep on going, you squirt the water on your windshield and turn on the windshield wipers. And that's how you tell them no. So I'm like, oh, that's why they got so mad. Cause I was like, I told you once and you keep doing it. I'm okay. And I'm gonna drive off. I don't have no change for you, whatever. So that's the situation.
So that's very common.
Yeah. You'll learn it about the windshield wipers, you know what I'm saying, depending on where you at. You know what I'm saying? They're not everywhere, but in certain areas they are everywhere. You know, certain blocks, certain lights, certain intersections, they're there. And, you know, if they start washing your window, you don't have no change or nothing, turn on that windshield wiper, you know, after you tell them no and they don't listen. And that works.
Right.
Yeah. And so speaking of that, that reminds me of when we're getting the windshield, when we're dealing with the window situation, that means I'm driving. So, you know, when I first got here, you know, I used to have, what do I call it? How do I call it? Extreme chronic Tourette syndrome. You know, we driving. So, you know, we get there. What the fuck? You want to go to the mall and you want to yeah. And, you know, what kind of food did you want to get? What the hell are they doing now? You know, shit. So it was worse when I first got here.
It was worse?
It was worse when I first got here. Now it's more of a controlled Tourette's. It's not extreme chronic.
I haven't seen this control, but okay.
Well, yeah, I'm controlled. I'm just, you know, I'm releasing, you know, energy that I don't need to hold inside. Then it was just like uncontrollable.
Releasing energy.
Yeah, it was uncontrollable because these things that will happen while you driving in traffic, you will see extreme chronic Tourette syndrome. All you got to do is try it and you will see. You know, it's funny when my parents come here, my mother come here, I'm trying to drive and hold, my lip is trembling. You know, I'm biting my tongue because I'm trying not to curse while she's in the car, but you know, you got to let it out. So that's what I'm saying.
I think it rubbed off on me a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit, just a little bit, because we were driving yesterday and I don't know what happened, but someone in front of us was in the middle of two lanes. And I got mad and I said, "Sir, pick a lane," you know.
And I looked at her like,
he was like, "Thank you for saying that."
I love this woman right here. She finally understands what I'm going through.
Down, pick a lane. That's anything.
They will drive and not like right in the middle of two lanes, but 3/4 of the way get over just so it's irritating because you can't pass them in that lane. But I will say, when we're talking about culture, it happens so much that it's part of the culture. It's what they do a lot of places. But then you ask, why? Well, there have been a lot of streets where there were no lanes painted in the street.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you sit there and kind of understand, like, that's why, you know, I can't really get mad at them. I get mad at them, but I can't, like, take it personally, even though I take it personally for a second. You know what I'm saying? Until I learn. Now I know how to, you know, I handle it. I make them mad at me instead of me being mad at them. A lot of times, and that was like my learning process. You know, they'll just take off and in a group start walking across the street in front of you when it's a green light and all kind of things. But look, I don't live here. I just got here. You know, I'm gonna get mad at what goes on. Everybody else understands it. I ain't understand it. I'm fighting the motos.
Multiple drivers, whenever they pass by him, they all do this.
Yeah, now I laugh like, yeah, oh, you just gonna make me mad, huh? Yeah, you get mad too. But you just enjoy the culture, start learning. I've learned, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's some of the things you look for as far as driving here, you know, as far as the street vendors, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot, you know, a lot of street vendors and a lot of good food and stuff, you know, and you just, you know, work your way into it. Don't just jump on out there. You know what I'm saying? Go get full off no street vendor. Don't get full. Work your way into it and let you know, you got to get put on first. You can't just jump out there like that. And that's another thing I want to say real quick. This how you know you're getting put on. You and a Dominican go eat at the same spot, right? They just burped. And you know what I'm saying? You got to see, you have a situation. It already just made them burp, but it made you have a little situation. So that's when you know you try to get acclimated. Let's call it getting acclimated. You know what I'm saying? Get acclimated, fellas, and you won't have no more problems. You know what I'm saying? I handle my business when it comes to this food now. You know what I'm saying? I even think about it.
To burping, you handle your business?
No.
Burping? Oh.
Yeah, no. You
handle your burps.
No, what I'm saying is if you're eating the food, a Dominican will burp, and you need an outhouse. Oh. If it made them burp, it made you need an outhouse. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't need an outhouse now. They burp, I burp too. So we moving, we getting there, fellas. You know what I'm saying? We just wanted to drop some of these gems on you about what to look for. You know, it's not all of them. It's some of them. We'll revisit this and we're going to drop more gems because we understand like how important it is, especially when the brother said, well, how do we learn the culture? You know, I'm here boots on the ground, so I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I don't have it all. You know what I'm saying? Till my Spanish is, you know what I'm saying, like flawless, I don't know it all. So some of the stuff I'm learning without knowing, you know what I'm saying, why they doing it. I didn't know what they saying while they was doing it, but I'm learning. The next thing is.
So another cultural thing that is really sometimes it's shocking to a lot of people when they get to the DR is the amount of African influences that are on the island, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's in our food, it's in the music, it's even in some spirituality stuff. Like for example, we have a drink called Mama Juana, and that drink has it has like these roots and these herbs, and you know you mix it with like some wine and some honey, and that mixture is traced back to the transatlantic slave trade. Mm-hmm. It's so they can trace it back the roots to there. It's associated with like a sense of spirituality, and it's supposed to have like a mystical aphrodisiac. Powers or properties, or I don't know the right word to say, but
aphrodisiac.
It's supposed to
yep, get you situated. You know what I'm saying? It's a Mama Juana.
So another thing too is we eat a lot of mango. I mentioned it when we were talking about La Bandera Dominicana. We were talking about breakfast and things like that. Mango is it's like mashed plantains. Mm-hmm. Right. And that dish was introduced.
All of a sudden, she talking about some plantains. If you don't say that in
because
plantains.
I was reading it. It's plantains. Actually plátanos, but okay.
Yeah, you had me confused. What is plantains? What am I sitting here with?
Trying to make it easy.
We don't eat plantains around here. We don't even.
I was trying to make
plantains.
It easy for the Americans watching.
Plátano.
Okay, plátano, mi amor, plátano.
Yeah, plátano. I didn't know what that was. Yeah, trying to figure out plantains.
Plantains. Well, the plátanos are they're native to Africa, and basically says that it was brought over by the slaves, and it was kind of the thing that they ate, and then we adopted it into our culture, and now it's like a thing that we eat basically every day. Right. We also have a lot of influences in the music. Right. So I know we spoke a little bit about our merengue music. While merengue is associated with the Dominican Republic, its roots are connected to the African rhythms and dance. It has the beats, the percussion instruments, and the call and response patterns in merengue can be traced back to the African musical traditions. So that's one of the things that the similarities that we have. We have bachata. I know you like bachata music. He's actually a really good bachata dancer, right?
Good, not really good yet, but I'm getting there.
Well, that also incorporates elements of African percussion and guitar styles. So that's pretty cool where we get that from. Now there's a music called son. Son is a type of salsa. I mean, although it originated in Cuba, it had a really big impact in the DR. And we listen to a lot of son music here. That also has, it impacted DR salsa heavily. And it also has a lot of features of African rhythms.
Right.
Now there's another music that may not be as popular, but it's called música de palo. I don't know if you've ever heard that one. Have you ever heard it before? Yeah.
And I like it. Usually when you hear it, you understand why it has those African, you understand right off those African roots. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't hear music without dancing to it. And when you see that, you're like,
that music has very strong drum beats. I like the beats, but it's associated with religious ceremonies and features drumming and chanting. So that's pretty interesting there too.
It is.
Another cool things that you'll find here that are African influence are some of the religions that are practiced in the DR, right? So one of the religions that are practiced here in the DR is called Santeria. That's a religion that was very common amongst the African slaves and their descendants. What it does is it combines the Yoruba religion, and that was brought by the West African slaves, and it combines it with Roman Catholicism. It's like a combo of the two together, and then it turns into Santeria.
Did they is that one of the ones where they mixed it to try to hide it?
Exactly. I think there was a thing, I don't know too much about it,
right?
But I think that they weren't allowed to use their religion.
You have to weren't allowed to practice it.
So what they did was they kind of hid their spiritual elements behind some Roman Catholic elements. Yeah. Okay. And then that just became something called Santeria.
Okay.
And then we just spoke about the music palo. So that comes from something called Palo Monte, right? That's a religion that has roots in the Congo. So that's in Central Africa, right?
I think so. Look, don't,
so
she
what
said,
that does
we don't,
Well, what they do is I think that they praise spirits and ancestors and like natural forces, right? It honors the spirits through music, dance, and rituals and things like that. So those are two things that people practice here in the DR, and you see it, you hear about it.
Right.
There'll be festivals and stuff that kind of go on in a lot of cultural places that may not be too popular on TV, or people may not really talk about too much, but they definitely do here all the time.
Right.
Yeah, it's actually really surprising. Sometimes you'll go places and you'll be like, "What is that?"
Exactly. No,
what's going on over there?
Remember,
and it's completely natural to a lot of us here.
When the young homie arrived here and he looked and he was like, "What is all?" When you get here, you will see that there's signs of Africa all over the place. Even the people, when you see the people, and even when you walk around Zona Colonial and you go to the places where you buy tourist trinkets and stuff, you'll see little statues, you'll see paintings, you'll see all kind of stuff. You like, there's actually more African. You see more African influence here than you will in the States. You just see it all over the place, and you'll be surprised. Now I don't really see it anymore because I see it so much. But when you first get it, you say, "Oh, okay, it's not just that African DNA." You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of African culture around here. All over the place. So you see when you get here, and when you venture outside of what you just came for right quick.
Right quick.
A lot of guys just come here right quick. But you'll see it when you get here, and you'll start noticing that, there's a lot of African influence here. She talked about the mango. To me, I like mofongo. That don't sound like a Spanish word to me. It sounds African. Now, I don't know the history of it. I ain't looked it up, but mofongo. I don't want to offend them, but that sounds African to me. You know what I'm saying? Mofongo.
And there's this ongoing battle between RD and Puerto Rico about who makes the best mofongo. That's been going on for 100 years. We don't know when that's gonna end, but it's been going on forever.
DR got it. Mofongo.
For sure.
Let's get right. So we ain't gonna drag you too much farther, but we wanted to drop some gems for you just as far as like the informational type thing, you know, make you laugh a little bit. But this is the culture. Everything we talked about is the culture. You know what I'm saying?
There is so much more to explore and learn and laugh about and enjoy. So many rich cultural things in the country. You're gonna love it here if you ever decide to
you will. And I got one more. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got one more from my own experience. Like, so one thing about DR that they do that, you know, we don't quite do, but when you start being a part of the culture, you kind of do is they wear their clothes a little tight. They wear their clothes are fitted a little bit. And I'm not talking about just the women, the men, they wear their clothes. And once you've been here and you start being a part, like I'm a part of the culture. So sometimes when you see my things, you know what I'm saying? They kind of like fit a little bit. Respect the culture, homies. You know what I'm saying? Don't, you know what I'm saying? Respect the culture.
He says that he has shirts that he could never wear in the United States. He calls them...
I wear my DR shirts.
His DR shirts.
These are my DR shirts. You know what I'm saying? But that's when I was, that's when I was coming back and forth a lot. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm here. So like all my shirts started to become my DR shirts. Yeah. But, you know, when you see the schmediums, they call schmediums. We call them schmediums in the States. We call them schmediums. Look, man, don't judge me, man. You coming to where I'm at. I'm here. You know, that's part of the culture. My wife say, oh, I like you with that shirt. Oh, those jeans look nice. Look, I'm, you know, I like what I got on. You know what I'm saying? It come through. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, when you look around, you'll see, you know, everybody's shirt, depending on what they fit, then their clothes are fitted to what they fit. You know what I'm saying? And you see it and it goes, you know what I'm saying? I had an experience I'm going to tell you about. You know what I'm saying? So, one time I left here and I went straight to, you know what I'm saying, straight to the West Coast, you know what I'm saying, to visit moms and pops. And when I got there, you know what I'm saying, I got all my Dominican stuff, you know what I'm saying, I hadn't had really time to change. And pops is like, I want you to come to, you know, my Bible study, you know what I'm saying, it's the men's group, you know what I'm saying, fellowship or whatever, you know, come through. I teach you the fellas, you know, want to get to know, you know, I told them a lot about you, whatever, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. I ain't really tripped. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go. I ain't think about, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know, it's on the spot. Like, Pops want me to, you know, Pops proud of his son. He want me to go. So we go. And I'm not really prepared for what's getting ready to happen. So we get there and all of a sudden they're like, okay, all the men, it might have been about maybe 30 of us. We're going to all sit in a circle facing each other. Now, mind you, I got on my DR clothes, so I got on my DR shirt. You know what I'm saying? And we in one of these churches, it's like mega church style AC, you know, and also, you know, I'm used to it being hot here, a certain thing, temperature, you know what I'm saying? I ain't used to the state ways, you know what I'm saying? Get there like when I get there. So we all sitting facing each other. They got this AC on. That thing is like, it got to be about maybe 50 degrees in there or whatever. So when we sitting around facing each other, you know, I got on my Dominican shirt, you know what I'm saying? My schmedium, I look down and my man nipples is peeking. They poking through my shirt. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there like, all the fellas is looking at me and they probably like, yeah, Brother Charles' son, you know, work at the Prince concert. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't even know what to do about it. Like, hey, I'm here. But, you know, that's just an experience. You know, the schmediums here, you know, they regular, but don't get caught slipping, you know what I'm saying, with your shirt. Change clothes when you get there. Keep a set of U.S. shirts when you get back if you've been here for an extended period of time, because you never know how you're going to get caught in a situation with your Dominican shirt on before you can explain that, look, this how they wear it. This how they like it. You know what I'm saying? This how the ladies, you know what I'm saying, like they wear it like them. You had
to explain to Bible study?
I ain't explained nothing. I just had to rock with it. Yeah, I looked down. Okay. I saw what was going on. I'm like, I don't even know what to tell her. This is a good dude, you know? Look, I look like I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Just so y'all know, you know what I'm saying? We talk about the culture, you know what I'm saying? Here. When you hear, you hear. You know what I'm saying? When you get to the States, you know, maybe keep a little something ready just in case you got to switch fast. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We share this culture with you, little things that happen, you know, little observations and whatever's going on.
Appropriate.
Like we always say, like and subscribe. Love, purpose, and passports. Oh, peace.